Hello, everyone, and welcome to Rock Studios. I'm Stan Miller. I'm PR and Analyst Relations Manager for Rockwell Automation in the EMEA region. And I'm joined today by Cristiana DiChio. She is Senior Supply Manager, Global Category Leader, Plant and Embedded Automation at Tetra Pak. Cristiana, welcome to the studio.
Thank you, Stanley, for having me here. It's a real pleasure.
We're very excited to have you because we're here today to talk a little bit about how Tetra Pak builds a resilient, shock-resistant supply chain network. Very interesting topic, but before we get into it, could you tell us a little bit about yourself and a little bit about your company?
Yeah, I'm, as you said, I'm Cristiana DiChio. I'm actually a mechanical engineer that has entered into the automation world with a lot of curiosity and keen to better understand the dynamic of this area. I'm in Tetra Pak since 16 years, but just a question for you. Do you know what is Tetra Pak?
I know what Tetra Pak is because you're such a well-known OEM, but our broader audience may not know everything about Tetra Pak. So,
yeah, you might consider that in the world, at this point in time, there are about 180 billions of packages that we have in the field. I can show you one of the examples. So you might know, but in your fridge, usually, in average, every family has a Tetra Pak package. So we are a company that is present worldwide, and we prepare and we create the paper material and the machines and process the product inside that are delivered at the end to the end consumer that we are.
It's remarkable when you think about it that your products are everywhere and
Yes.
a daily part of so many people's lives. Great perspective. Well, let's get into how Tetra Pak does that. So let's talk about resiliency.
Yeah.
When you think about resiliency, what does it mean within the context of global supply chain automation?
Resiliency means being able to deliver what we have promised to our customers and consumers. So protected food everywhere in any country of the world. So making sure, together with our partners and suppliers, to deliver and have the business continuity is a key element for our resiliency. That means is moving beyond the component shortage or the crisis. No matter what, we need to make sure that we deliver food everywhere. So in the recent years, we have experienced the semiconductor crisis, the tsunami in Japan. So we have experienced many cases. So what we are working on is to make sure, together with our supplier, to create a sustainable business continuity for our machines and product. And Rockwell is a key partner for us to deliver this.
Thanks for that. Let's get into a little bit more detail. How have you maintained resiliency during the volatility in recent years? And you've mentioned some serious examples. Help us understand how Tetra Pak navigated that.
We cannot do it alone. So I can bring the example of what we have done together with Rockwell in the recent years when we had the semiconductor crisis. So we couldn't deliver our machines. That means we couldn't deliver the packages to our end user. Then we created a trustable team where there was all our competencies were all together around the same table to solve the problem. Was not the normal supply chain management screaming at supplier, you need to deliver A, B, C now. Instead was, we have this problem, we have this shortage of this component, which technology can replace the function that today is not available in the market. So we have succeeded, and on top of it, we have understood and identified many opportunities. So instead of having a super scattered product assortment, we have been able to re-engineer our machines with more simplicity.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Cristiana, your role swings from 10-year technology roadmaps to day-to-day price deviations. what governance or decision mechanisms help you stay agile without losing sight of your long-term goals?
That's probably the most challenging and interesting part of my job because as you said, you move from price deviation that anyhow needs to capture your attention to make the invoices paid, but as well to look which are the technologies that we will need in 10 to 15 years for our equipments, and then which are the key partners to deliver that. So we have a very strong team of people that are able and flexible to move from very operational tasks while filling in Excel file to discuss strategic direction and vision among the companies. So we have very regular meetings together with our partners and where we share the vision of the future. We look at the data, so what we have from all the technologies available and tools, but then as a leading team, we decide how the future should look like for us. So,
excellent insight. Cristiana, Tetra Pak treats a robust sustainability program as a requirement, a mandatory condition to do business. Could you help us understand why that's so important?
You know, when you read on the label, Tetra Pak, here is in protect what's good. And what's good for us is people, food, and planet. So is being a sustainable supplier or company is a license to start operating with us. So to consider a supplier working with us has to be a sustainability agenda in place for us. I show you an example, just taking this package again. These caps before was full made with plastic. Today is plastic that is made from sugar cans. So to reduce our impact on the planet with the plastic. And like this paper barrier, we are working to completely remove the aluminum foil and it's fully recyclable. So, and from our packages, you can have pens, handbooks, furnitures, tables, and that's how we see the sustainability as a kind of circular economy that is important for us to avoid waste as all. And we need to share vision with our suppliers. So we have to run the same path to get to a better future. So is again very important, is the agenda for us, the sustainability to have in place this very strong common agenda with the supplier.
Fantastic. Cristiana, you emphasize trust as a key element of resilience.
Absolutely.
What practical behaviors or joint processes help build trust between Tetra Pak and partners such as Rockwell?
As I mentioned before, during the shortage, we have moved from the component shortage to find a solution, a technology. So working with a supplier that has the core competence into the automation area is critical for us. And trust means you have a competence that I don't have. And I trust on you that when we need to define an automation solutions, you can help me to achieve what we want. So we merge mutual competence area to get better products.
Cristiana, great perspective on the power of collaboration.
Definitely.
How an ecosystem drives impact. Thank you so much for joining us in the studio today.
Thanks to you for having me. That was great.
And thank you for watching. If you'd like to learn more about industrial automation and digital transformation, visit rockwellautomation.com.